let's talk about a biological state so powerful it can flip a switch inside a social, intelligent animal and turn it into one of the most dangerous creatures on the entire planet. Today, we're diving into musth, a mysterious and truly overwhelming force in the world of elephants. And our story starts with a really disturbing question, one that completely baffled conservationists back in the 1990s. See, down in South Africa, something was going terribly, terribly wrong. A killer was on the loose in 2 national parks, but this wasn't about hunting for food. And the culprit? Well, it was the last animal anyone would ever suspect. So picture this. We're in the Pilanesberg, in Hluluwe and Mfolozi parks. Rangers start finding rhino carcasses, but they haven't been killed by lions or poachers. All the evidence pointed to this shocking, completely unprecedented series of attacks by another herbivore. And the scale of this was just staggering. We're talking 63 rhinos. That includes endangered white rhinos and the even rarer black rhinos. They were being killed. The sheer brutality of it all was just confounding to ecologists. And this is where the mystery gets even deeper. The killers, they were identified as young, teenage bull elephants. This kind of violence between these species was totally unheard of. It was a complete aberration. It sent scientists on this desperate search for an answer, and the clue was hidden inside a very strange biological condition. So to solve these rhino murders, we first have to understand the incredible force that was driving these young elephants. It's a condition called musth, and believe me, it holds the key to this entire mystery. The word musth actually comes from Persian, and it literally means intoxicated. And honestly, that's a perfect description. It's this periodic state in male elephants where their bodies are just flooded with reproductive hormones, and it leads to this incredibly aggressive, totally unpredictable behavior. Just to give you an idea of the hormonal surge we're talking about, on average, a bull elephant's testosterone levels skyrocket to 60 times their normal level, and in some elephants, that number can jump to an astonishing 140 times higher. It's a profound physiological takeover. And you can see this transformation. It's not subtle at all. An elephant in musth develops this aggressive, unpredictable posture. It secretes a thick, tar-like substance from glands on its head. It constantly dribbles urine, and it lets out this low, vibrating musth rumble that you can hear for miles. It's a very clear warning of its dangerous state. So, you've got this massive hormonal spike, you've got these really obvious physical changes. As you can imagine, the behavioral consequences are extreme. This isn't just an animal in a bad mood. This is a total takeover of its senses and judgment. To put it plainly, there is almost nothing more dangerous in the wild than a bull elephant in full musth. They are known to be hyper-aggressive, attacking pretty much anything in their path. That includes their own keepers in captivity, other animals, and yes, even other elephants. It's a truly uncontrollable, destructive force of nature. Okay, so now that we get the raw power of musth, we can go back to our mystery in South Africa. How does this biological state explain why young elephants were suddenly targeting and killing rhinos? Well, the answer lies in a tragic breakdown of elephant society itself. This quote just gets right to the heart of it. The violence wasn't just hormonal, it was psychological. These elephants were, for all intents and purposes, traumatized orphans, and they were acting out in a world that just didn't make sense to them anymore. Let's break down this tragic chain of events. So it all started with population control culls. Young calves were spared and moved, which made them orphans. These orphans then grew up without the discipline of older dominant bulls. See, normally, these elders keep the younger guys in check, and they socially suppress their hormonal surges. But without that social structure, these teenage elephants entered musth years too early, long before they were ready to handle it. The result was this misdirected, hyper-aggressive behavior, and rhinos became the unfortunate targets. And the solution? Well, it was as elegant as it was revealing. When conservationists introduced just 6 older bull elephants into the park, the killing stopped, almost immediately. The presence of these elders restored the natural social order. It suppressed the premature musth in the younger males, and it put an end to the violence. Just like that. Now, while the rhino murders were a very modern mystery, the phenomenon of musths itself is anything but new. Humanity has known about and, frankly, feared this powerful state for thousands of years. Our awareness of musth goes way back. For Asian elephants, it was described in texts as ancient as the Rig Veda, over 3,000 years ago. And yet, believe it or not, it wasn't scientifically identified in African elephants until 1981. And then it took the tragic events of the 90s for us to really understand how deeply connected it is to their social structure. And our methods for dealing with it have also evolved quite a bit. Traditionally, a domestic elephant in musth might be chained to a strong tree and denied food and water, just to try and shorten it. Today, in modern zoos, they're managed in these strong, specially built enclosures, and sometimes sedatives are used to help calm them down. It's really no surprise that this dramatic transformation has captured our imagination over the years. For centuries, it's been this powerful literary device, showing up in everything from ancient Sanskrit epics like the Ramayana to George Orwell's famous essay, and even in the adventures of Phileas Fogg and James Bond. The story of the rhino-killing elephants is a powerful and honestly tragic reminder that an animal's behavior is so often just a reflection of its world. The violence wasn't some inherent evil. It was a symptom of a broken social structure. And it really leaves us with a critical question to think about. What other complex social dynamics are we missing? And what are the consequences of our own actions on the intricate societies of the animals all around us?